Hello. Okay. Well, there might be a few more people attending and joining in, but we're going to go ahead and get started. First, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Sepeli Alapaitanu, and I am the Executive Director for Global Chamber Queretaro in Mexico. So thank you guys for joining me. Maria will be out for the next few sessions, and so I will get to join in and be the moderator of the Global Women in Business networking. So excited to be here. Thank you guys for coming today and excited to get started. It's a small group, but a mighty group, and we'll find lots to talk about. So, Cassandra, I guess I'll get started with you. If you want to talk, tell us a little bit about yourself, your name, your business or organization, where you call home, and one thing that you're grateful for.
Okay, so my name is Cassandra Ayanamah here. So I have my own business, which is called Embracing Culture with a K because of my first name. I have a magazine, Embracing Culture Magazine. I teach Spanish to individuals and couples through Learn Conmigo, and I do some business coaching with cultural side of things incorporated into it. Also help Jennifer Kearns with her work, Lady Rover Club, and I run her magazine, New World Magazine. So I'm quite busy, and fun. I always love what I do, and yeah, it's always added to the multicultural side of things. And what I would call home, it's a really tricky question. So I'd say Canada and Mexico within, yeah, I think that's easiest way to respond. And grateful for doing what I love. That's the thing. Yeah, I'm grateful for being able to create what I do. Yeah.
Perfect. I'm sorry, could you repeat what you're grateful for? I didn't hear that part.
And I love what I do. Kind of, I'm able to create
Hmm.
things from scratch and be able to just go with it. So yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, Cassandra. And Terry, do you want to join into the conversation? You're on mute just in case you're talking. Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Yeah, attends, j'essaie. Give me 1 minute. Give me.
Okay, sure.
Getting out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
Sorry, sorry.
No worries. Welcome. So we're just kind of doing introductions, your name, where you call home, your business or organization, and then one thing that you're grateful for.
Hello. So I'm Thierry Levine. I'm one of the founding members of the Global Chamber. We have been following Doug Branky for 11 years now. So I'm following this adventure called the Global Chamber. I'm a French American. From my accent, you can guess with my French English that I speak French. My father worked for many years in the oil and gas. So I live in many countries where you look for oil and natural gas, including Mexico. So I think of course Mexico City on this place. So I got to manage a few languages. So I learned some Spanish, Portuguese, Russian, German, Italian. Basically, I'm a founding members of the Global Chamber here in Park City, Utah. So I'm one of the global advisors here in the state of Utah. So basically, I follow a lot of things here in this part, in the central part of the USA, not only Utah, but the whole Intermountain West. Just came back. So sorry, I'm a little tired because I just came back from Denver. We had the Beaujolais Nouveau French wine. event with 3,000 people. So my family owns some vineyards in the Beaujolais in France, north of Lyons. So we work with the Cave Coopérative de Cassoum Beaujolais, which is one of the best French wine, Beaujolais Nouveau and Beaujolais over there, north of Lyons. For those people who don't know Lyons, Lyon, this is the capital, the European capital of gastronomy, food, wine, global trade,
Wow.
one of the oldest places for European trade in the world. The first trade fair took place in 1556, and you could buy silk from the Silk Road, opened by Marco Polo 90 years before. Voilà. So I'm the graduate of the School of Trade, École de Commerce of Lyons, Paris, Houston, basically. I'm a business development consultant, so basically I'm helping small medium business to grow, including non-profits, marketing, photography, website. You can see that I work with Rahel Rafik, winixon.com, the name that you can see under my name, under my face. Winixon.com, we are social media based in Cairo. For those people who don't know the high-tech sector, well, you know Silicon Valley, but be aware that also you have also Cairo, Alexandria in the Middle East, and it's the Silicon Valley. My friend Wael Rafik is a pioneer of internet and social media in the Arabic language over there at Sharm el-Sheikh. So I do work, spend time in the Middle East with my father. So I do work with the Middle East, everything from Dubai to Sharm el-Sheikh. I'm also donc business and consultant, global chamber advisor, greeter in French for internations. We are the global, the sister organization of Global Chamber for me, which is the international associations greeting expatriates. So I do greet a lot of French engineers in the USA from NASA to the Silicon Valley in California. Volunteer for Sundance, I'm part of UDEN. We are the association that promotes Utah for making movies, simulation, and video gamings. We have Sony America, who makes a lot of video games here in Orange, south of Salt Lake. I'm also an entrepreneur that works in the food industry, French-speaking tourist guide for the Utah Tourism Board here. And so I work between Quebec, France, and Utah. I have also the honor to follow the Winter Games because Utah and France have signed agreements between Salt Lake Winter Games 2034 that will take place in Park City, where I live, and French Alps 2030. In fact, next winter I'll be in Milano, Tirano, so I have to work my Italian because I've been Sestriere, and my sister has some chalet in Briançon, next door to the Italian border. So I'm going to have a look at the Italian Winter Games next February.
Wow.
Well, voilà, in a nutshell, donc Global Chamber Advisor, connector, mentor for French-speaking refugees creating business in Utah, and entrepreneur. This is in a nutshell what I do.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, just a little bit about myself. As I said, my name is Sepeli. Originally from the United States, but I would say I call home Mexico, Queretaro, Mexico. Uh, I am a consultant and I really help companies nearshore their business solutions here to Mexico. So I work with a lot of foreign companies that are looking to establish operations, whether that's hiring staff or setting up operations physically here in Mexico. And one thing that I'm grateful for is my family. I'm very blessed to have a big family here in Mexico and health to be able to take care of them. So super happy to have health and family. All right. And what I wanted to do is, since we are at the end of 2025 and looking forward to 2026, I wanted to do some purposeful networking this round and be able to talk a little bit about and think a little bit about our 2026 as business professionals and how do we want to grow and develop and learn into 2026, whether it's personally or for our companies. And who are those people that are missing? So we always talk in Global Chamber about who we want to meet, but I want to think about what is it that we're trying to accomplish and who we're missing from our table, who we're missing from our circle of support or our global tribe. And so I want you to reflect on that for just a couple minutes and then I'll open it up and let you talk about it. Okay, and Terry or Cassandra, whichever one of you would like to go first.
Oh, hello.
Yes.
Can you repeat? I have some connection problem. Can you repeat what you said? Sorry, I just missed what you said.
Sure, no worries. So I was talking a little bit about thinking ahead to 2026 and what that looks for you and how you'd like to learn or grow or develop, whether it be you or your company. And then thinking about, the global tribe and your circle of support, who it is that you have missing, and who it is that you'd like to meet and connect with to be able to help you grow in 2026. You're playing the part of a
Okay,
pilgrim.
I'm working with new PCs. I'm converting to Windows 11. So sorry, this is what I'm spending my Thanksgiving. In fact, I'm going IT. As you know, we have to go to Windows 11, which is safer. So that's why. So sorry, I have to. I'm working with a temporary camera. So as you can see, my decor. I forgot to mention also that I'm also an actor. So I do video. I do also video promotion videos.
Okay.
You can see, you see my Egyptian stuff.
A lot of costume. Yeah.
Have lots of Muppets. I do things also with children. Voilà. So I'm spending my Thanksgiving updating my videos, camera. So that's why I'm setting. Voilà. So,
Okay.
so, grateful, but grateful. Happy Thanksgiving also. I don't know if Mexico,
Happy Thanksgiving.
because I also work with Canada. But the United States, we are having Thanksgiving tomorrow. So I'm going to, tomorrow is the famous Utah human race. We're going to race to feed humanity. We're going to have 30,000 people bringing food of can, food.
Wow. Canned foods and yep.
This is the famous Utah 6 kilometer running with these guys in a turkey with families, 30,000. But what is it for the? I forgot to mention that I support the Utah non-profit sector. And one of the things I support is Utah football. And we are the famous. The United States, many states have what is called a food bank. This is for people who don't have money to feed children. But you know, the time is very hard at this moment, especially now. So if you need food, you can go to a place called a food bank where you can have free food, the cans. So we're asking people to bring food cans, pasta, dry food, everything you can buy. Utah has a wonderful Utah food bank because we have a lot of volunteers like me. I'm also a driver for the trucks. So we bring the trucks. We have a huge warehouse in Salt Lake City. We bring all this food. Professional restaurant chefs that cook the food, and then we have a distribution place throughout the state where people can come and food. So we are preparing. So tomorrow is the famous race, donate money, donate food, and then we're going to organize a huge Thanksgiving party throughout the states with many high schools when people can have a free Thanksgiving meal.
Oh, that's
It's very
fantastic.
specific. I'm very proud to be in the state of Utah Well, this is something which is very specific to the Latter-day Church of Jesus Christ. And this is part of the social activities. So I'm not Mormon. I'm more on the Catholic side, but I have many Mormon friends. But this is what I'm doing tomorrow. So 5 a.m. tomorrow. So I'm very grateful. So yes, this is Thanksgiving. What I'm looking for, of course, continue to help develop all the non-profit organization, Global Chamber. I must tell that the Banky, which has this vision of creating Global Chamber, has created the best global trade organization in the world. We have been following Global Chamber for 11 years.
Wow.
Since the beginning, I met Big Banky at a Startfest, which was our local entrepreneur festival. I remember his first speech when he came 11 years from Phoenix to give his vision, creating a super global chamber of commerce to help people export, import, do international trade, or to bring your subsidiaries in a foreign country. This is what I think I'm trying to do, is to bring international companies into the US market from Boston to Los Angeles. So what I'm looking for basically is continuing to, at my modest level, help develop this global organization and learn. I'll try to follow most of the events of Global Chamber. I can tell that there are probably some of the best professionals from whatever jobs you need to export or import our products in this world. It's really one of the best organization. People we can trust, some of the best professionals. I learn every day. Multi-language now, so we have English, we have the Spanish with Cesar, following of course the French, so we have a friend from Quebec, so we're happy that I'm helping also with the French. I hope that Portuguese for Brazil is going to come back, and of course I hope that one day we'll have the same in Italian, Spanish, because Italy is also a wonderful market to export. The French-speaking world, from the east coast of India to Vietnam, to Canada, to Belgium, Swiss, France, which I'm trying to go to France once or twice a year. So I'm leaving for France in 3 weeks. So 1 week there, so I'm going to Paris to help also to speak about Global Chamber in French over there. So little by little, I hope that we're going to have one day an executive director in Paris. I do donate with Nice. We have Jean-Pierre Captain d'Azur, which is a software anti-police, which is the Silicon Valley of Nice. We have relationship between also Utah and also Nice, and of course the relationship between the Olympic committees. So going to spend time in Paris, spend time in the Beaujolais Alliance, my alma mater, School of Trade of Alliance. So see if we can do something with Salvador over there. The chalet in Briançon, which is not far from Nice, like the mayor of Nice, Mr. Estrosi, the chairman of the French Olympic Committee, French Society. And of course, the Italian, famous, as you know, the next Winter Games is in February, the big end of January. So Sestriere, Milano is not far from so we're going to spend 2 months in France.
Wow. Very nice.
So this is what I try to do. I try to go to France once or 2 months.
Yeah.
Speaking French, voilà. So I'm my Italian because I'm going to Italy. So basically, what I'm looking for, basically help develop, continue helping growing this organization, and of course, any companies in the world in French who are looking for people to help them develop the American market. What I'm looking for.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Terry. And Cassandra?
I was thinking of your question and it got me thinking a lot. So I don't know where to start. But I'll say kind of, I think a bigger team would be great for me. I'm one person does all for my stuff for my business. So I think maybe have a team support me and helping through the process. I think that's the biggest part missing because I'm working a lot. So having a team will be great for me. And when it comes to learning, I'm really grateful with the people that I have in my network. I've been lucky and blessed with who I have as a support system. So I think it's finding other people like that are the same way, kind of really positive mindset. And yeah, I'm really grateful when it comes to that. So I think I'm really lucky to have that kind of system. So I think having more people like that would be amazing. But yeah, when it comes to growing, I feel like this year has been a lot. I've done a lot. I've done a lot. So I think I'm just expanding to that growing aspect of it. Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. And I think for myself, I'm really trying to kind of get settled in expanding my reach and being able to meet new clients and take on new potential projects. So, really, anybody that's looking to expand to Mexico and that I can get in and contribute. I love sales, customer service management, organizational, building teams. And so being able to connect with like-minded people or people with a need so that I can kind of utilize my skills and take on some new projects and even some maybe things that I haven't done before and be able to learn and expand my knowledge. I would love to be able to do some of that right now. So doing some freelance writing and projects like that, I'm always open and public speaking and conferences. I love those types of things as well. So that's really who I'd like to bring to the table for 2026 to help me kind of grow in those areas. And I think on the flip side of that, the other thing that I wanted to discuss, since we've got a little bit of time, is one of the things that I love about the Global Chamber is there's this sense of networking that really just doesn't exist in a lot of the uh, typical networking atmospheres, especially chambers of commerce. And uh, when we go to events like that, and one of the things that I really seen in the United States when I was there is there's this mentality to chase the sale or to chase the dollar and really think about who it is that I want to make money from. But Global Chamber doesn't do that. Global Chamber really focuses on the quality of connection and the quality of collaboration and thinking not just about the sale, but thinking about your company holistically and on a global scale. So being able to think about, yes, I might need to run after and increase my sales, but who is it that I need to surround myself with, or who is it that I can connect with to help my company grow and truly scale? And so not only do we come with that mindset of being able to ask for what we need and it being okay, but also what can we offer and what can we give, that sense of reciprocity. And I think that is very genuine of the Global Chamber. So I want to flip this and now ask you, what is it that you can bring to the table for other business owners and other entrepreneurs and other companies? What is that superpower that you have that you can help other companies connect or to grow? So I want you to think about that for a couple minutes, and then the floor is open, whoever would like to speak first.
Me, what I'm bringing to the table is my knowledge of the world. My father worked for 35 years looking for oil natural gas for Schlumberger. Schlumberger is a well-known French-American company in the energy sector. Uh, it's a French-American company based by Queretaro Schlumberger. We're looking for salt dome in Alsace, near the French-German border in the east of France for potash, which is what used for fertilizer over there. Marcel Marcel actually participated to the development of the oil fields in the world. They worked with Mr. Katie in Saudi Arabia in the 1930s. They were in Texas when you had the famous Beaumont, Port Arthur at the border of Louisiana. Man that was guys looking for oil in 1910 in East Texas over there. So my father made me live in many countries, including your country, Mexico, basically. So it gave me a good knowledge, a little bit of the language, but also the culture of the world. So basically, so I lived in North America, South America, Europe, Middle East, Africa. I saw Dubai much before the Dubai of today. Spent time a little bit in Egypt. That's why I have a passion for Egyptology. Working with my friend Rahel Rafik for Unix.com. So developing social media for activities, spaces development, and things like this. You can look at Unix.com. What we do between Kuala Lumpur, here, Utah, and basically, what I bring is my knowledge of the global world, basically. So I know pretty much the local cultural context of many countries of the world. So I'm pretty much among all the global councils of the global chamber, probably the most global one because I know the culture. I can speak for the culture of 4 of the 5 continents of the world. Well, Asia, I don't know. Well, so don't ask me anything. I never went to India. Never went to China. My father was specialized basically in the Americas and basically 2/3 of the Africa, Europe, and the Soviet Union. So I don't know to see how bad communism was over there in Moscow. So I can speak Russian basically. So I support a lot of my friends Ukraine at this moment. So I have so what I bring to this, and I think the international companies is the fact that I know the culture over there.
Great.
So I know, of course, I spent a lot of basically my father worked throughout the USA, from Boston to San Diego, looking for oil and gas. So I know pretty much not only the global culture of the world, but all the cultures of the United States of America. We say regularly in the chamber meetings that the USA is not one country, it's 11 countries, the specific countries, from the culture of New York to the culture of Florida to the culture of Texas, to here, the culture of the Intermountain West, which is highly influenced by the Church of Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, and of course the culture of California. So I know those cultures, so I can help international companies to help them develop the business in the USA. But I can also help a little bit American companies looking to export in foreign countries because I know those countries through internations and organizations. I do also a lot of Zooms at Global Chamber where we discuss cinema, media, food, and cinema. If I can give an advice for people exporting, watch foreign movies. If you're looking for in a foreign country, look at the cinema industry of the country in question and look at movies because you can learn a lot by watching movies of those countries. It can help you export to these countries because the movies is a good reflection of the local culture by those filmmakers. We have Sundance in Utah, and so we are international movies of the world. For your country, I just did a Mexican Utah Film Festival with the Sote Film Society, and we have 30 of the best Mexican movies of your industry in Mexico City. And we received 6 Mexican movie makers recently.
Wow. Thank you, Terry. That's great insight too. Thank you. And Cassandra, before we get started with your answer, I just want to introduce, is it Kassoum? Oh, I think you're on mute. Kassoum, thank you for joining us today. Well, before we get into the question, Kassoum, if you just want to state your name, where you call home, your business or organization, and then one thing you're grateful for.
Okay, thank you, Sepeli, for this opportunity to speak today. Just to apologize because I'm a bit late. because I don't want, I didn't want to miss this call with incredible women inside the global chamber around the world. My name is Kassoum Coulibaly. Kassoum is my first name. Coulibaly is my family name. I am from a tribe in West Africa called the Bambara. So I'm from a kingdom family. So I'm a part of the history of colonization. I am now a prince of my country. So my work is based in economics, global development, global affairs and management. I have a company called Africa Global Group. And inside this company, we put in place what we call Africa Global Gender Academy. Since the last 10 years, what I'm proud of, the last 10 years, I've devoted all my life to gender equality and women economic empowerment activities. And now I'm one of the UN Women Global Champion for Women Economic Empowerment. And I've been working to promote women entrepreneurship everywhere in Africa. And I created in Mali 1 year ago a company called Crédit Féminin International to help women to be educated in financial literacy and to be put in place some incubators for women entrepreneurs. Just to give you some words, in Africa, 80% of the population are working in the rural areas. And among the 80% of people working in the rural area in agriculture, 60% of the labor force are women. And women in Africa are producing about 65% of the food production in total in Africa. And I'm proud that to be in that area to support initiatives in gender equality in all over the world, but especially in the continent, because in Africa we have more than 600 women, available to contribute to the economic development of the continent. A lot of challenges are there facing access to finance, access to market, access to technology, access to education, which is the basic rights, human rights in the world. And you know that from yesterday, November 25 to December 10 is the 16 days of activism against violence against women and girls in the world. So I'm so happy you are doing this meeting today, because the economic violence against women is something people don't realize, because many of the women around the world are facing this violence and nobody is talking clearly about that. When you denied women to access to education, to access to finance, to access to job, to access to market, to access to technology, you are taking half of the world out of the system. And the Global Chamber, I think that can be one of the catalysts, one of the engine, so that we can bring on table the discussion how we can connect all the women entrepreneurs around the world, okay, and to connect them, to make them contribute, to put their voice on table. And why I am doing that work? Because I'm proud to do that, because I developed in myself since I was a child to support my mother, going to work, to support my mother, supporting my family, supporting my sister. And I developed an approach we call the positive masculinity. How we can engage many, many men and boys, how we can educate boys to become good men, because they will become husbands, they can become good, employers. They can contribute also to bring gender equality and women empowerment in general on table. So this is one of my work I've done since the last 10 years. I can say that, and I'm so happy to be on that stage and to be with you today, and to say that I'm always proud of me, proud of all the women like you who are waking every day to make proud other women. in the world. And so that today and forever, we can stand together, so stay side by side, men and women, girls and boys, to make this life more happy and more livable. So thank you very much for giving me this
Thank
blog,
you.
and I'm happy to support anytime, anywhere. Thank you so much.
Kassoum, thank you so much for joining us and remarkable work. Thank you. Thank you for all you're doing for women equality around the world and especially in Africa. We were just going around and we were talking, and Cassandra's about to tell us what her superpower is and what she can help and bring to companies and organizations and to people to help support them grow. And then, Kassoum, I'll come back and I'll ask you that same question, but I'll also just follow up and ask you, and what is it that the women in Africa, the women entrepreneurs, what are some of the things that they need from other women around the world that can support them and encourage them and build them? Because I know Cassandra and I have a heart for that, and we would love to know how to get involved. And so I'll give you a few minutes to think about that. Cassandra, you can go ahead. And also, guys, just so you know, the chat is open. Please put your contact information in, talk about some of the things that we talked about today, get it in writing so that we can keep in touch and be advocates and supporters of each other. So, Cassandra, you have the floor. Thank you.
Premièrement, je voulais dire Kassoum, bonjour. Ça fait, on s'est vu il n'y a pas très longtemps.
Bonjour Cassandra.
Ça va?
Ça va très bien, toi-même.
Yeah. So to answer that question, Sepeli, so I worked in the last 10 years in the education field. So I have a lot of knowledge when it comes to that. I've done 2 master's degree, one in Spanish and one in education. So I've done a lot into that field. I also have a lot of knowledge when it comes to culture because it's bread and butter when it comes to my work. So multiculturalism, English, French, Spanish. I've been blessed to be able to travel, so I have a lot of knowledge, and I work into communications too, networking, promotion events. So I work on a lot of the communication side. So in some ways, I've been able to navigate multiple layers into different skills and be able to use those into my business. So if I can support others via either multiculturalism or education, that's always something I look for, because that's something I think, for, as Kassoum said earlier, education is extremely important, and I've been blessed and grateful that my parents did some moves so I can have a better education system. So I think that's where a lot of my drive comes from. So be able to do that, I think that'll be amazing.
Perfect. Thank you, Cassandra. And we've got about 6 minutes left. So, Kassoum, I'll pass it back to you. And if you want to just share.
Yes, thank you. As I said, to support women in Africa, I always say that the basic human rights is education. We are not talking now for education in a basic way of education to learn a language or to acquire some technical expertise, but for us to let them grow their business is what I called financial education. Because you cannot understand and grow yourself when you don't understand what the financial system is. The financial literacy and financial education is, for me, critical for any business and any woman to grow in the continent right now. This is the first thing. The second thing is how we can let them get access to finance. What he said, he said that it's not said there is no money in the world, but how we can identify the real women that need those financial capacity to let them structure their companies. So we can organize the way where financial is available to identify the right women in Africa where we can let them access to that finance. That's the key issue. The third thing is about access to technology. Because if you want to transform your product, and many of the women I told you are in the agriculture sector and the rural areas. They need small machineries so they can be able to transform their product into final product that they can sell to make value, so that they can increase their revenue and be able to support themselves and also support their families, their countries, and so on. And the last thing, many of those women also have some product that can be exported outside the continent. So how can we work to develop, international trade with those women? This is important. If there are some product you have here in Africa, how can we sell them in the continent of Europe, Africa, America, everywhere in the world? But another time, many of the women have the capacity to trade product also in the continent. So if we have a woman entrepreneurs in America, for example, who have companies, who have products, who want to enter in the African market, we can organize a distribution, strategy and network for women in Africa to sell those products. Because also selling product can also let women there in the continent to increase their revenue. So it's both sides, how we can export product in America and how we can export product to Africa with women who are in the entrepreneurship activities. So for me, this is important. And the last thing, that's not the least, we can see in the global chamber how we can organize globally a kind of gathering, can be online forum, maybe in a person forum, to bring all the women in the network to connect, to make partnership, can be B2B and everything. We can make it happen in the area. So for me, this is the key points I want to highlight. But I said that we can do that. I know that we are wonderful people, women and men in the network, and we can realize those dreams. And I can tell you, Africa is the next frontier in terms of business. We are working now inside the continent to bring what we call the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. So the 54 countries will become one market. And then in one market, Africa has now 1.5 billion people.
Wow.
And we have at least 1 billion young people in the continent. So it's a big market. And women, I always say to people, women are the solution for African integration and prosperity. And women are the solution for global leadership to make that happen. So women for women, men for women, and we can realize our dream together. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kassoum. Thank you so much. What a great way to end our session today. And I do think that Global Chamber can be a pivotal point in bringing conversation around that and starting to make progress forward. So it'll be interesting, and I hope that we can continue to have those conversations. Thank you, everyone, for adding your information to the chat. Please connect through LinkedIn and through the other resources. It's now 11 o'clock. We've reached our hour, but I want to thank everybody for joining. Please come join me next month again and bring some friends so we can have more conversation. But thank you all for joining me today. Have a great day.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye, Cassandra.
Bye, Kassoum. Bye, Terry.
Bye, guys.